What's going on, guys? I'm here with a review of the iSound 60,000 mAh backup battery. This was sponsored by richardsolo.com. Go ahead and check them out. There's a link right there in the description. Click that. And also go ahead and shop around, feel comfortable, find something you like, and when you check out, use the code CPUKit. That'll save you 15% off your entire order, no questions asked. So thank you very much to Richard Solo for sponsoring this and for setting up a coupon code for you guys. So like I said, this is going to be a review for the 16,000 mAh battery. As you can see, I'll just give you guys a quick little tour around the device here. You can see sort of the same thing in my unboxing video, but this will be a little bit more in-depth, and obviously I'm going to tell you how it performs, the way I used it, and at the end of the day, what I think about it. So we'll just start right here. As you can see, this does need to be charged. I mean, this doesn't just create its own energy. It's not like nuclear or anything. So you will need to charge this via just a wall adapter, just a very standard, looks like 12 volt power supply DC. Moving over here, you have your 5 USB ports, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, awesome. And yes, you can power 5 devices at one time, which is very cool. I'll get into this later. Moving to the side, there's a whole crap load of nothing, really. Over here you have your on and off switch. As you can see, when it's on, you get a green LED. This button here, you can check your power. As you can see, I have 4 out of 4. I did just charge this. And here you have an LED. It works as a flashlight, very handy to have. Comes in handy more than you would think. Sort of like the flashlight application for the iPhone. I think that's just a must-have application. So it's a very welcome feature on here. The top you can see is sort of a fingerprint magnet, but it does have a nice gloss finish. And the bottom is the same thing. As you can see here, it just has all your warnings and stuff like that. So the first thing I'll get into is charging time. Now, like I said and pointed out earlier, you do have to charge this before you can just take it on the go with you and use it. But this does work very simply, just the way you think. You just plug your standard 12 volt adapter in here. It does come with it in the box, as you saw in my unboxing video. So just plug that into the wall. You probably have to let it sit overnight. This does take a while to charge, from 0 all the way up to, like I said, the little 4 lights here. It takes well overnight. Don't expect to charge this for an hour and to be set for 100 hours on the go, because this does take a while to charge. However, say you go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, you can wake up at 8 o'clock. You don't have 2 to 3 bars worth. Well, not really bars, but dots. So now, how does this thing really work? Well, let's go ahead and I'll just show you guys. So as you can see right here, I have an iPhone 4S with a USB cable, and I also have an iPhone original first generation with another USB cable. So we'll just throw this up here, plug that in, take this one as well, do the same thing. So I have 2 plugged in. Now as soon as I turn it on, you can see they're both charging. So like I said, I am charging 2 devices at once. You can have the light on while it's charging. So definitely a lot of room for many devices here. Personally, I have not needed to use all 5 of these, but if you're on the go a lot, for example, say you take the bus a lot, or you just go a long day and you have many different devices, this is definitely going to be for you, because this could charge up to 5 devices at one time. Now here's the big question: how long will this last? Well, usually I'm not charging this guy, so that guy can kind of just go off screen. He's a little dated nowadays. But just my iPhone 4S, for example, I went home for Thanksgiving, and by my bed I don't have a power outlet, and so usually I use my iPhone in bed before I sleep. But more often than not, I'll fall asleep, and I don't want to wake up and have a fourth of the charge on my phone. So I would just plug this in, set it here, and I can continue to use my phone just as I would right in my bed. So when I fall asleep, I wake up, it's charged. Now, I did that I had an entire week off, Monday through Friday, and of course the weekends. And over break, that is how I would charge my phone every single night. On average, I'll say I went to bed about anywhere from 2 to 4 in the morning, and I'd wake up somewhere around noon. Yes, I love breaks, I love my sleep. So, I mean, you look at it that way, it's about 8 hours or so, just constantly being on, constantly charging a phone. And I was able to do that. I started the week on Sunday night with all 4 bars here. And, every night I did that, charging about 8 hours or more at a time. I would have off during the day and charge during the night. Once I hit the next Sunday, as in, like 2 days ago, this was at about 2 bars. So that entire week, charging, 8 hours a night, I only used about half of this thing. So this thing will definitely keep you charged for a very long time. And obviously that would go down, the more devices you charge. Say, for example, you just have an iPod Touch and a cell phone. you could charge those two devices, and you probably would get less overall charging time, but it'll still definitely last a long time. So now let's get into more of the portability factor. Here's my hand, and here's the battery. You can see it's relatively the same size as my hand. Here it is compared to the iPhone 4S, the thickness and everything. This will fit in a pocket if you have like guy pants. I mean, I don't know if like girls out there, pockets are usually a lot smaller, or guys wear girl pants. I don't know, kind of weird. But this would definitely not fit in those pockets. But the pockets I have in my jeans, they're relatively big. This will fit in there. It might look a little bit bulky, but I was walking around the mall on Black Friday at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and of course, I used my iPhone all day. I had like 10% battery. I brought this with me, had this in my pocket, and I was charging my iPhone as I was walking around the mall. It was very cool. I could just continue to use my iPhone as I normally would. So that definitely saved me a lot there. This is also great for in the car. I've had this charging my iPhone in the car probably 5 or 6 times during the last 2 weeks or so, and it's definitely great because I don't have like the cigarette lighter adapter. I don't have that in my car for a USB, and so this definitely works great. I can just take this with me, throw it on the passenger seat or the center console there, and my phone is just charging without me even really thinking about it. This also works great for backpacks. I have a side pocket in my backpack. This could just slide right in there, and the cable is long enough to where I could just comfortably use my phone and stick it in my pocket. Now, yes, you do have the cable to worry about, but being able to charge your phone on the go, I think it's a small price to pay, to have a cable. So how long does it take to charge this thing up? Say this is just dead completely, and I have my charger here. I plug this in. This is absolutely just as fast as charging it from the wall. Probably an hour and a half to 2 hours tops, I would say, would get you from 0 to 100% charge with this thing. It charges, like I said, just as fast as the wall would. It's definitely, like I said, 60,000 milliamps. That's a lot. It's a big battery, so it definitely has no problems charging anything. I could probably even have a second or a third device, and it would still charge each device just as fast as a regular wall socket would. So now to ask the question everyone's waiting to hear. At the end of the day, is this worth the $80 price tag? I would say definitely if, wait for it, you have a use for it. And what I mean by that, are you on the go a lot? Are you constantly finding yourself, out of juice with your devices? Are you not near a wall socket all the time where you can just charge your phone? If that person is you, then I would definitely recommend this. If you find yourself, not going through a full day's charge, or if you only have, one device, maybe two, but you don't go through them in a day, or you're by a wall socket fairly often, like either at work or wherever, then I really don't think that you'll have to spend $80 for this. There's probably cheaper alternatives if you even need a backup battery. But people like me, I do have a lot of devices. I find myself running out of juice, especially with the iPhone 4S. Sometimes some days it's fine, but other days the battery issues do come into play. So this has definitely saved me. Like I said, on Black Friday shopping, I wouldn't even have been able to use my phone for about 4 hours if I didn't have this. And by the time I was done walking around the mall and going to work and everything, my phone was right back up to 100% charged. So basically, to sum it up, if you're on the road a lot, or if you take a city bus, or if you're not by a wall socket, and you really use your devices a lot, I say device is, up to 5 to be exact, then yes, this is definitely for you. However, like I said, if you don't really go through your devices that much, you only have 1 or 2 devices, you can easily charge them at night with a wall socket, then I really don't think this is worth the $80, but if you do need it, this is probably the way to go. It has very good build quality. Everything really just works the way it should. It even has a handy light for you right here. So for the $80, I highly recommend it. It does charge many devices very fast, and this does definitely come in handy. So I would definitely recommend it if you're in this sort of a market, or it should also make probably a great Christmas present if you know a geek that has many USB devices. So with that said, that's pretty much all I have for this review. Once again, thanks to Richard Solo for sponsoring this for me to review. So go ahead and check them out below. And like I said at the beginning of the video, use the code CPUKid on checkout, and that'll get you 15% off your entire order. Once again, thank you to them. Thank you for watching. I'm at CPUKid on Twitter if you have any questions. I look forward to doing more videos for you guys. Hopefully some more reviews coming up here pretty soon. I still have to review the tripod, which you might be able to see in the reflection if I can get this right. Right there, I am using it. So before this video gets any longer, thanks for watching.